Here we have a Kodak Brownie II camera. It is the second edition, and it takes regular 8 movie film, also known as double 8 or standard 8. It takes film that looks like this. See how it's, where does it say? It's double 8mm, so you actually slit it down the middle once you're done, because it's 16mm in width, and you fill up, let me see, there's the film in there. And I'll show you what it looks like after it's slit. Here we have a roll of developed 8mm film, and as you can see it's slit down the middle and 8mm in width. But when you put it in the camera at first, it's 16 because it's double of these. So, to open the camera, you simply push on where it says open and slide it out. And here's where the film would be. See, first half up, and then you actually flip it over, and it says second half up. And you would put that on this side, because see, the teeth are designed so you can't really mess it up, and that's how it works. I don't have any film in this currently, but I have more on the way. This is the film loading mechanism, where it runs through. So what you do is you put your full spool through here, you run it through here, you open this up, you make sure it's locked in, and then you give it a little bit of give, and then you spool it onto this one. And then what you'll do is you'll wind it up a few turns and go like that, make sure it's good and tight. Then you'll reset your counter to L for load. Then what you'll do is you'll take your lid, you'll put it back on, shut the door, make sure it's tight. Sometimes if you're going to go out in a sunny place, you could put some black electrical tape around it to make sure there's no sun. You wind it up. I wouldn't go over 9 turns, just maybe 10 turns just in case. You want it to spin fast so it has a good frame rate, and you want it to be consistent. You don't want to run it all the way down, but you also don't want to store it with the motor wound tight. So now you press it down until the counter goes to 25, and once that happens, that means that you're at the start of your roll, and I would have just taken my first exposure. So now once you want to shoot, you'll set it to, you see you have sander, snow, average, hazy sun, and these are your apertures. Very simple. And if you want to clean the lens off, just use a Q-tip and dig it in there. Don't push down hard, but use a dry Q-tip, and just when the lens is fully open, do that. And this is if you want to cover it up while it's like in storage, or if you're at somewhere dusty in between your shootings. Now you want to make sure that you have a light meter on it. You can get a light meter app on your phone. Let me actually show you that. So here we have the light meter. Now what you do is you'll set it to this. You set it to the shutter speed. For 16 frames a second to 12 frames a second, I would recommend 1/30th frame a sec. 1/30th of a second. Then you can set your aperture. Well, you don't. You actually set your ISO, and the ISO of this film is 100. And so then you'll bring this down to 1/30th, and then what you do is you'll actually pick it up. You'll hold it up, and it will tell you what the aperture should be. So see, it's saying you should set it to 1. Well, that's kind of too low, because these are not optimal conditions for for movie film, of course. Now, when you're outside, especially in the daytime, you should just really set it all the way up to 16, because this modern film is much faster than the original film that the camera would have been released with. This little meter is not really true. Don't trust this scale. And here on the bottom, I have something that came in the original manual. I'll show you that and the box later. See, for 8.5 feet apart, for if you have f2/3 open on the shutter, then the closest focus could be 8.5 feet. But you can see it goes down like 5.6. You can be 4 1/3 feet, and then f16 is the closest. And you also want to make sure when you're going to bring it somewhere or put it in a bag or something, put these down because they may break. See, these have always broken. I actually dropped this one last summer by accident, obviously, and this part broke, but this part was broken like this when I got it. Now here we have the original box that it came in. I'll open it up. So now, inside, we have an old exposure thing for Kodachrome II, which does not exist anymore. And if you do want to develop old Kodachrome movies that haven't been developed yet, or you want to make your own Kodachrome movies with expired Kodachrome, you have to develop it as a black and white negative. Here's a guarantee within a year of purchase. You can send this to the Eastman Kodak Company, which is definitely up. And here we have the original manual. Easy as ABC, it's telling you how to do it. Wind the motor, adjust the lens, and press the expose lever. Yep, that's it. It tells you all about it. All about how to use, how to load the film. I can let you look at that. I could pause it. There you go. You could pause it if you'd like. This is really, yeah, that's it. And then at the end they're showing projectors. I use a UMIG projector from the 70s. It runs 888 and Super 8 because I've also got a Super 8 camera. Here we have Kodachrome Type A film for daylight, and an adapter ring that someone must have had with this camera in the past. And obviously the camera would just sit in here like that. Then you could put the lid on and you would have all the instructions, and that's how you would buy it at the store. Thanks for watching. Thank you for watching my in-depth review on the Kodak Brownie II camera. Thank you for watching this review on the Kodak Brownie II camera.